Hi guys. Okay, let's have some real talk here. I am not doing a weigh-in this week because I cannot get myself to stand on a scale long enough for it to take the reading. My scale that I have is super sensitive to movement, and you basically have to stand still. And I just am having a hard time doing it this morning. I thought I was doing it, but it won't. And the more I was doing it, the more I was getting upset, and the more I started calling myself names. I decided to come out here, sit down, and take a break because my back was killing me. And I just started calling myself horrible names and just questioning my, not to that extreme, but questioning my existence. Like, why am I here? Blah, blah, blah. If I can't even do anything, and doing all that normal stuff that I am trying to break the habit of doing. And I just stopped myself and said, you know what? You're just not going to do a weigh in this week. You're not going to make this all about the scale. And I know I did well this week. I know I didn't do anything I shouldn't have done. And I cannot make it about the scale. And because my first thought was like, now I got to go on here and tell them again. It's like, you know what? This is my journey. We've had this talk. Those of you who have left kind messages, I have got to start taking care of my mental health as well and not worrying. And I don't mean this to sound as harsh as it is. I always sometimes I worry, I care what other people think, and I'm trying to break that habit. So there will be no weigh-in because the scale is not the only way to measure your success. And I am glad that I caught myself. I wish I caught myself a little bit sooner because I called myself some nasty names. But it is what it is. I am not going to allow that scale to set my day. So if I can't weigh in, then I will just wait until next week and try again. And then I'll have maybe better numbers next week. I don't know. I feel like I've lost. I'm not going to make a guess. I just know that I cannot stand on the scale, and it was causing me more and more pain, and it was not just physically but mentally. And it's like it's not worth it. We talk about this a lot, how the scale does not measure our success. It does not make the end all of be all. So this is just an example that, well, this week it just didn't work out. So we will try again next week. And yeah, and I will measure my success by how I felt I did. And I felt like I did pretty good this week. I stayed within what I was supposed to have. Had a one day that was a little bit rough on the portions, but for overall, it's been a good week. My water, a little bit of movement. I do have to up my movement more. That's still something that I struggle with, and I'm going to get there. I just I got to work on that motivation, that getting over the I don't want tos. Um, but other than that, yeah, can't measure your success all the time from one scale. It's just a tool. There's other tools I have in my tool bag, I guess you could say. So overall, I feel much better. I'm in a much better mental health than I was a few days ago, and feeling better. And I'm not going to allow that scale to set me back. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your week, and if let me know how you're doing in the comments below. And yeah, until next time, I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.